Hello, today we're diving in to how to build your company branding by showcasing your company culture. If you've watched several of the other videos that we released, we were talking a lot about culture and why it matters, both in your retention, both in managing your social media and capturing attention, also, even in creating that short form video content that's going to help people recognize your brand again and again and keep coming back. But in 2026, candidates are not just applying for jobs. So when we talk about retention and attracting the right top talent, one of the things you need to focus on again is your company culture because they're not just searching for jobs. Candidates now today are scrolling your website, they're looking at your LinkedIn, your Facebook page, they're watching your videos, and then seconds later, they're deciding, can I see myself here? Is this a company that I want to grow with? So, one of the best things you can do is focus on your company culture. Now, we do have some resources available, as we do with each of these videos, that really help you break down and answer that question about the company culture. Because maybe it's something that you just have internally, like after you get accepted into the team. But we're here to tell you that it's something you should probably have ahead of time. If you've not heard any of the other videos, you'll hear me say it again. We like to say starting from the inside out will really help you grow in every area of your manufacturing business. Starting from the inside with having that brand manifesto, which we're going to give you the guide on how to create one if you don't already have one already, and then building your company culture, or as we like to call it, the culture deck or the culture code is what some companies call it, about what people can expect about your company culture. So you can actually spell it out before somebody applies for a job because we all know it takes a lot of money to train team members, and we want to make sure that we're investing in the right ones and bringing the right team members on to the company team where they're working well with others and they're here for the long term. So it saves on our investment of training them, but also it builds a rapport and camaraderie around the other team members that are there because everybody fits together. They all respect the same values of working for the company, and they want to have this sense of belonging. So, as you're building out not only your manifesto, but you do want to highlight, even on a company hiring page or even internally too, from some of the hiring managers, what a real ideal candidate looks like. Meaning, personality wise, like what do they believe? What are their core values? What are your company core values that you're really wanting to, hire and retain upon? And then building out your company culture code or culture deck, as we like to call it. So, I'm going to share an example with you of what building out a company culture code can look like and how you can build one out for yourself. So, let me share my screen here. This, for example, is HubSpot's company culture code. This is a really great one. Ours at Now Marketing Group is not this large, but I'm going to share with you all the different ways that you can use this. So, first, what in the heck is a culture code? It's a set of shared beliefs, values, and practices. So, culture is not just the your mission or your tagline, but it's really about the operating system that powers the company that you are running. So, what is that company culture and just underlined, non-negotiables that you guys want to hire upon? Because as HubSpot likes to say, and we do this at Now Marketing too, we obsess over our culture just like our product because culture is a product. It is a product, is what is going to get the buy-in from those ideal team members that you want to bring on and hire. But if you think about it, if you're hiring the right person that is a culture fit, they are going to work harder. They're going to create better products because they care. If they're client facing or customer facing, they're also going to give the best service because they care. You're going to reduce, time called off from the company and save there as well because they care. They're part of this company culture and this culture of caring. So HubSpot has in their culture code, they're building two different products, one for their customers and one for their team. Their team is the culture. That's the product that they're selling, is the company culture and what it's like to work there. So keep learning from customers, keeping it simple, fight feature bloat. So they're a company that is a software system, so a SaaS product. They want to make sure that they're not just throwing new systems at their team and making sure that they figure it out, but they want to keep iterating and knowing that a product's never done, but they get their feedback in from the team. So when a team member that is part of your ideal company culture cares, they're also going to feel comfortable, the psychological safety of sharing how you can improve over time, efficiencies, potentially product updates, and other areas where you can provide the best service possible. So I'm going to quickly go through some of this culture code that HubSpot has, and then also share now marketing groups as well. But that's also in the examples in this doc. We add in, what customers are saying about us. We added in our manifesto for Now Marketing Group and our culture deck. We also added in, our ideal team member, what they're here to do. They care. They're honest. They're hardworking. They, believe in doing what's right, not what's easy. They believe in brains over budget. So some of those I believe statements, or they believe, we believe statements that you can add in so people know, hey, this resonates with me or it doesn't if they're part of your ideal company culture. So they also put why HubSpot puts why they exist as a company. We did this as well for Now Marketing Group. They like to say HubSpot says we help people grow better. So you can definitely put that, what your company is here to do. Again, what is that foundation? It's not what you do, but it's how you do it, like what you're here to truly do, not what you make at the end of the day, because you may make many different things, but maybe you make solutions for X industry. That could be what it is that you're here to do. So they also put their mission and their metrics together. They spark innovation, create jobs, and energize their communities. We talked a lot about that. This is a little bit more of what they added in. Again, I'm going to link this. You don't have to go all the way and make this a 58-page document like HubSpot did for their culture code, but it does spell out exactly who HubSpot is. And notice they follow all their branding consistently throughout. Apple has a company culture deck. There's Levi's. There's so many others that have this as well because they want to make sure that they're bringing in the right talent that's, again, going to stay with them for the long term. So they want to make sure that they're thorough in their company culture deck and sending this to potential candidates to say, could you see yourself working here? And is this somebody that, you can align with for the long term? Because if a team member or a potential team member sees that you've put this much work into thinking about them as humans and as team members, they know that you're actually there to care, that you do care about them. And it's going to help them choose your brand to work with over someone else. So this is one of the team members that they're looking to bring on. They call it Grow the Gabby. Be bold, learn fast, and be agile. That's something we also have at Now Marketing Group as part of our company code and culture code. So we put ours. It doesn't necessarily have to be something that you're broadcasting out to everyone, but potential candidates, we send this to them, but we also have it linked in our footer of our website so people can learn a little bit more about us and what it is that we're here to do. And who works at Now Marketing Group, where they're located at, our manifesto that we have, and what our core values are. So potential new team members can see if they are aligned with those core values or not. People first, authenticity, creating a culture of psychological safety, nurturing the core of a person. So some of the things that like we do, not only, our core values in one word or that we spell out, but a little bit more about me as the founders. They know who they're working for and with, the team members here. And then, where we're all from, we have that. Our standard codes of conduct, like things that we believe that are in the non-negotiables. And the how we prioritize our team members, where we do weekly leadership training that's paid, personal development training that's paid. We take our team to training sessions to make sure that they're continuing to grow with us. And then we do team level up challenges, wellness challenges where we do a step challenge and potentially like read a book, or we've done gratitude notes, things like that, that help build up the company culture and let people know that we're invested in the whole person, not just the work output. So the team development, again, we do the flexible schedule, health benefits, team wellnesses challenges, like I mentioned. And another thing that we do that's unique, and your company might do something like this as well, but we do what's called My Day, My Way. So instead of just having personal days and vacation days, we do something called My Day, My Way, where a team member can request a day off at a moment's notice. Maybe they have their child gets a day off school. Maybe it's a snow day and they want to spend that day with their kid. Maybe they have a friend that comes in unexpectedly from out of town and they haven't seen them in years, but they want to make memories. Or maybe they're just having one of those weeks where they need an extra day, but they can just say, I would like to take a My Day, My Way. They get 3 per year and no questions asked. They get to spend that day enjoying something that they feel is going to help them create meaningful memories that when they think about working it now, they think back to some of the great ways that they've been able to spend their time. And then it's not just, work, 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 work all the time. That we're investing in the whole person, mentally, physically, and investing in their education as well over time. The different departments and quotes from team members that work at the office, like why they love working it now, that speaks volumes as well. What we're known for. I also share some photos in here so you can get kind of a sneak peek at kind of the team in action. We answer the phone. These are what clients are saying about us. We are responsive. We care about what we're doing, and we take action. We're helpful, etc. Like what your clients are saying about you. Uh, and then this is just ours. So ours is only 21 pages long. But again, a lot of it is visuals and things like that. But putting this together lets people know that you are invested in the person that is working at your company that's going to be invested in you. That's one thing that you can do and put together is a culture code, culture deck, whatever you want to call it, to let ideal candidates know what you're all about. And also could be a way, like even for your current team that you have, to rally everyone back around and maybe have this annual team meeting. And we set our team down and ask them, like, what are some things that our clients are saying about us? What do you think we're known for? Or what makes you stick with Now Marketing Group? Because we have one of the longer hiring, not hiring, but retaining of team members at an agency than others. Most agencies do not keep team members on for a while. Maybe that's the same in manufacturing, but what makes people stick with you? Those kinds of things build up your company culture. It's going to become even more and more important each and every year because again, people have access to more resources than ever before and more opportunities than ever before because especially with working from home or, working remote, things like that. Now people can get up and work anywhere. It's not just proximity anymore. So definitely one to invest in your company culture. These are just a few ways to do it and to set that foundation. So it's not just about creating the deck. That's just a deck. If it doesn't it's not a living piece that is also, exemplified within your organization, then it's mute at that point. So it's definitely something that you do want to sit down, create with maybe your leadership team or other team members, or maybe the whole team, however you want to do this, create that, but then implement it into place and think about how can we serve the whole person that is working with us and for us. So the whole goal is to get people to care and want to stick with you for the long term and where they're going to tell others what a great job experience it is for them to work within your organization. And they do some of the recruiting for you. So you always have access to the top talent and you are saving money on reduced, repeat trainings for newer team members and rehirings, as well as saving money overall because when people care, they're going to put in more focus and more diligence into the work that they are doing versus just phoning it in. So hopefully this is helpful for you. Again, I'm going to drop some examples and ways that you could implement your best company culture right here at the end of this video. Thanks again, and I'll see you on the next training session.